What does independence mean when citizens are beaten for asking for justice? I'm sure we all have been updated on the protests going on in Delhi and in Bangalore. People are being met with serious lathi charges, tear gas, and are literally being stripped of their rights to speak. These are not criminals who are standing on streets. They are students, parents, children, and ordinary citizens who are asking for justice and are being treated as if their voices are a threat. As this video goes on, there will be many questions asked that may never receive an answer, but I'm sure it will leave all of you to think about something. A 19-year-old stood there with a placard about the NEET paper leak, and 10 seconds later, there was a tear gas attack. The lathis were out, the buses were ready, and the internet was shut down across central Delhi. All of this in one afternoon. Think about that for a moment. When it comes to silencing people, the system can act at an unbelievable speed. But where does that same efficiency go when the same city has murder cases and over 13,000 rape cases in a year? Why is there such urgency when citizens speak up, but such a delay when citizens need protection? I do understand that the police may need to follow orders, but was it an order when they swung their lathis so hard? Was it an order when footage shows officers laughing after hitting people? At what point does following orders stop being an excuse for enjoying someone else's pain? Kids, students, old people have been beaten until they've bled. Children were forced to run long distances because the police were after them, and they started bleeding from exhaustion and fear. Now my question is, why did the lathis have nails? Wasn't the bang of it enough to hurt a person? And how can they have a protest which has weapons designed to cause even more pain? Now when the police were asked why they were not wearing their badges, they said that they may fall off and that people would stamp over them, and that the badge holds their dignity. But where is the dignity of a woman when her clothes are stripped by a woman officer? If a badge deserves protection, why does a citizen's dignity not deserve the same protection? In my opinion, the Bangalore protest was even more peaceful compared to Delhi. Whereas Delhi should have had it even more peaceful because it's the capital of India. The capital should be a place where democracy is protected the most, where citizens feel safe to raise their voice, and where the government sets an example for the rest of the country. Instead, people watched the capital of the nation become a place of fear. What makes this even more painful is the silence surrounding it. News channels are not speaking about this, and if they are talking about how protesters are using violence. After the paper leak, no coaching institute has bothered to speak about it. Students spend years preparing for exams, sacrificing their sleep, money, and their youth. And when their future is threatened by a paper leak, where are the institutions that promised to guide them? Why are they silent when the students need them the most? Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said, "The major strength of India is 600 million youth. The ignited minds of this youth are the most powerful resource on earth, above and under the earth." So if we are the only strength left after the country's government has failed to do its job by giving citizens justice, then what does that say about our nation? Over social media, I have seen people say that they are studying for the UPSC exam, and after seeing our own police force hit and humiliate people, they no longer want to study. So now what is the point of wanting to serve our country if we cannot fight for our own citizens? What is the point of becoming an officer a leader, or a public servant if the people we are supposed to serve are left unheard and unprotected? If we need good education, we must go abroad. Why should the youth of India feel that their dreams are safer in another country than in their own? Now, celebrating independence this year feels pointless because independence is not about a flag, a parade, or a speech, but it's about how a nation makes citizens feel safe enough to speak, question, and demand for justice without being attacked for it. Let me tell you one thing: this generation is not going to remain silent, and neither will I. I urge everyone to speak about this through social media and with the people they know. You do not have to go to a protest to fight for this cause. This generation has the privilege of the internet and the social media. So use it. Use your voice, your platform, your stories, and your conversation to make sure this does not disappear from people's mind. I want to ask everyone listening, if students, children, women, and old people can be beaten for demanding justice, if our voices can be silenced with tear gases, lathis, and internet shutdown, then what are we exactly celebrating on Independence Day? And whose freedom are we protecting? Before I end, I want to say this clearly. I stand with every person protesting peacefully for our rights. I support those who are raising their voice, demanding justice, refusing to be silent. Their courage is not a crime, and their demand for dignity and fairness is something I will continue to stand beside.